Okay, family, so you remember we said we're going to talk about the dirty witchcraft that goes on that you might not even be aware of. You know what? I'm out here today. We just had a nice rain here, April 2013. And so it's, you know, they always say April showers bring May flowers. That is so true. So we had a nice shower out here today. So mama is very excited. You know, I get really excited when spring and summer gets here because it represents life to me. You know, I just love life. You know, and I see life through the work of greenery. That's mama right there. I'm a green witch, okay? I'm a green witch. Okay, I got everything focused on their cars and stuff. Let me come back this way. Okay, let's talk, y'all. Because I want to pick a nice place to do this video, but everything is wet. So let's see where I can find a nice dry place. I need a dry place. I don't want to sit in a wet spot. Let's see. Maybe mama can sit. Let's see. I'm going to see if this side is dry. She can sit here by the turtle and the frog. Let's see. Cause see, mama got on, y'all can see mama got on linen pants right now. Y'all see mama's linen pants? She don't want to get her linen wet. Okay, here we go. I'm concerned about this grass right here because it looks like it's not going to come back. Because when the guy sprays it, he sprays it really hard for those weeds. So I'm hoping that I'm going to get my grass back. Y'all see that? He went hard on that treatment. As you all can see, the neighbors is greening up real nice. Mama's still dead. That's because I have a different grass. I think this is St. Augustine. So it stays dormant for a while until the sun hits. Okay, look. Mama wants to talk about some witchcraft. Some really horrible, scary witchcraft. The kind that most people say is superstitious and you know, nobody wants to talk about it and everybody want to act like it doesn't exist and everything. The one I want to focus on is the birds. Now, you know, I'm not going to really give you the recipe. Y'all, I want you all to be aware that I'm not going to offer the recipe for any of this witchcraft, you know. Do I have the recipe to this particular witchcraft? Well, yes, I do. Not to all of them, but some of them. Do I practice some of that dirty witchcraft? Let me establish this right now. I only use that particular witchcraft when it is needed. When is this particular witchcraft needed? When someone is doing work on mama. Okay, so to me it's for protection, you know. Now some people would do some dirty witchcraft because of jealousy and because of greed. Those are the reasons most people, not most, but some people will do some of the worst witchcraft. And some birds in this tree behind me, so let's see. Something in there. Y'all, all the birds come here and congregate with mama because I do witchcraft with wildlife, with birds. Yes, I do. Okay. Getting to it, you know, that's why I wanted to talk about dirty witchcraft when it comes to using animals. You can do that. Now, like I said, I'm not going to discuss the recipe because I'm not trying to encourage, you know, anyone to do some of this dark stuff, you know. But now, if you say, hey, look, you know, I'd like to know the recipe, and you take care of mom and her spirits, you know, and make sure that you compensating us, and I may think about it. Like I said, I may think about it because you know what? I've always been told by my aunt, which is a master in witchcraft, that if you give away your recipes, that when you go back to work, your recipe, it won't work for you. So I can't take that chance. I can't take that chance. So I want to make sure that every recipe that I got, that which has been given to me and handed down to me from my ancestors and my spirits, is working for me. It's not worth it to take the risk giving away something and then it ain't working for you no more. But anyway, I want to talk to you a little bit on how to summons, okay, the birds, the bats, and the owls to do your bidding. Like I said, I'm just going to talk about stories. Not going to give away any recipes, y'all. Not going to do that. Just going to talk about the stories. If you want the recipe, you're going to pay for my recipes. I ain't giving away my recipes for free. But it's only for my protection, because like I said, once again, I'm going to need this on my journey. And I know that if you give things away, when you go back to work, it is not going to work for you. Okay? Now, Mama got 2 minutes left. Look. I want you to look at these birds. Can you see that one? I think he got away. They got the skies looking all yucky, trying to shield the earth from sunlight, because the sun is doing some destruction around here. Well, he's gone, so I'm going to have to wait till he comes back around again. Matter of fact, Mama can call him out. That's Tanya's mama. Oh, that's not Tanya's mama. That's the lady across the street. She recently installed her camera in her yard. Now, for some reason, I seen a couple of owls on her tree stump a couple of times. So I've been trying to figure out what the heck's been going on with that. One night I went out there around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and I saw the owls. I was like, what? I hear one hoots in our backyard a lot of the time. I hear one hoots in our backyard a lot of the times, but a couple of times on her stump, I seen some owls. So one day I was looking real hard at it one night. I was like, what the heck? And I discovered she have a camera. She's got a camera on her yard. So I don't know what's up with that. It's okay to have a camera. I'm just saying, I was just wondering what was up with the owls hanging around her house. You'd be surprised who doing witchcraft around here, y'all. Not saying that just because you got a few owls in your yard, you messing with the crowd. So y'all don't get no ideas out there. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Bye-bye. Okay, there's one right there. You can't see that birdie because I can't zoom in. You can talk to them birds, y'all. You can talk to them birds and tell them what you want to do. What you want them to do for you. Kind of give you an idea. And I'm not going to tell you who did it. Mama might have done it, but Mama ain't going to tell you whether she did nothing like that or not. But Mama have to do some things sometimes. I hope the seat of my pants ain't wet. One time, I had to send the birds out. Yeah, look at that. There he goes. I have a few of them. I know them by names. I give them names and stuff. I'll give you this one tip. When you want the birds to do your bidding, you got to feed them. So Mama keeps plenty of bird food out. How you see those old ladies feeding them birds and you thinking, oh, how sweet of her. Have you ever thought she might have them doing some work for her? Never thought about that, did you? See, Mama got bought sense. I had to buy my sense. I didn't have nobody to tell me how it all works. You feed the birds. You talk to the seeds. You talk to the birds. You tell the birds what you want them to do for you. And you wonder sometimes, why did that bird show up in my house? So, oh my God, it's a bird in my house. Had you ever thought that somebody might have sent him? Yeah, some witch may have sent that bird to you. You never thought about that, did you? I just want to talk about the birds dealing with this dirty witchcraft right now. That's what I want to talk about right now. Just concentrating on absorbing this energy, because sometimes when mama, get depleted, the best place to get energy from is nature itself. You get really depleted, you go and you hug the tree. That's mama childhood tree right there. I've hugged that tree plenty of times. The bigger the tree, the more energy you can absorb and the more healing that tree is. Sometimes after being just really possessed, by some of these beings and stuff like that, when I come out of it, I have to just really absorb a lot of energy and stuff. Some of the best energy you can get. This is dirty witchcraft. I'm not saying I do this now. Don't y'all start. Some of the best ways to absorb energy is through children and animals. Yep. The greatest resource of energy would be from children and animals, and then I think the greatest way to absorb energy is through nature itself. The trees, the flowers, the plants, they've gotten me well. And I want to talk about when you take a hit in witchcraft too. Like I said, I'm just going to be giving bits and pieces out when it comes to some of the dirty witchcraft that these witches practice out here. Like summoning, I can't get my words out, wolves. And I dealt with a wolf a few days ago. I was possessed by a wolf. And I know a lot of people going to be laughing out there and think mama crazy and everything. You keep laughing, you know what I'm saying? And you just keep on, walking around life, being nonchalant and naive. Just go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, I'm be working my magic on you. So I had a wolf encounter a few days ago. Yes, I do become sometimes some of these animals. I talk to you all the time about one of the times about the mouse incident when I was a mouse or a rat, whatever it was. If you don't remember it, you got to go back in the archives, y'all. You go back in the archives. But yes, we can become animals. Mom has been a wolf for a few days. Yeah. When I take on the form of an animal, how do I feel physically? I feel really drunk and woozy in the head. Most of this is not me trying to do this. It just happens. It just happens. And when it happens, you take that form on. And you feel so disgusting when you come out of that, So don't be writing me talking about I'm doing this witchcraft and I'm going to hell and I'm going to all these dark places and stuff, because this is who I am. I can't change because it's who I am. That's just like telling the wolf that he's a bad person or she's a bad person. She's just a wolf. She's not bad. That's what nature chose her to be. Just like I'm a shapeshifter. I can go in and out of bodies, animal bodies, people bodies. Getting back to these birds. Once you feed these birds, you can send them to people. I'm talking about the dirty witchcraft now. People owe you money. Send them to birds. Let the birds go in their house and disturb them. You ever got pecked by a bird, or a bird was hovering around you? A wasp ever came to you and hung around you, stung you for no reason, or a bee or something? Like bees don't usually do that. They're very gentle. I see them like I see the butterflies. But you ever had a wasp just sitting around you? It may be spying on you. Somebody could have sent it. A witch could have sent it. Y'all, I got so much I want to talk to you all about. How to protect yourself from this dirty witchcraft. A lot of y'all out there practicing some of this stuff, these love spells and stuff. But do you have your protection up? Are you protecting yourself? It's rituals and things you gotta do. You have to protect yourself before you dip and dab in this stuff. Mama only uses it when she got a dirty ass witch working against her, or somebody out there working against her. Mama will put her shield on. She'll have her sword and shield ready. Because I'm not going to let you do no dirty witchcraft to me, and I don't think I ain't going to return it. You have to be real careful when you do this dirty witchcraft to people who haven't done anything to you, because they can return it back. And like I said, most of the time, not all the time, most do this dirty witchcraft because of greed. A lot of people are jealous of you when you're making money. When you're a powerful witch, you know, they want the money. They want the wealth. They feel like they deserve it. So they'll target certain people that are wealthy. And I'm not just talking about money, rich in just everything, rich in love and happiness and peace. You got a lot of people jealous of you because you have those things, and they do dirty things to you. Okay, somebody going by in their little car and stuff. This is a beautiful day. You know, Mama, I love the dreary days more than I do the sunny days. Once I get a little, sometimes I get sun sick, but once I get a little bit of sun, I like dreary days. I've always liked dreary, rainy days. Everybody thought I was crazy for that. Be back in a sec, okay? Mama ain't through yet.